Hi, everybody. It's Electra Yao, artist, visa lawyer, and business lawyer. Hi, everybody on Instagram. Sorry, there's always a delay when I'm coordinating the videos. Anyway, I said that I would come back to talk to you about business. I didn't have a lot of time today with our new office and everything, but today I talked about the common mistakes that I see when people are on their O1 journey. And now I want to talk to you about common mistakes that I see people doing on their business journey. And I think it's important to always start with the basics. I was telling somebody today that one of the best teachers that I had growing up was a teacher who taught me the basics of writing. And that includes, for example, your intro, the meat paragraph, and then the conclusion. I think everybody learned how to write that way. But she was just very, very strict about it. And it's the same thing with what I'm about to tell you right now. The biggest mistake that I see business owners or aspiring business owners make is not that they're not starting or they're not doing or they're not thinking, is that they don't think that they are business owners. A lot of the times when people are talking about business, they're oftentimes thinking of founders, tech startups, people who run maybe fashion businesses. Like they think of people that are very like not a part of their day-to-day world. And this is not something that's unique to regular people too. Lawyers don't see their law firms as businesses, as companies that they need to run. And if you don't see yourself as a business owner, you will not act accordingly. You will not think about efficiency. You will not think, most importantly, about making money. You'll remain with that small idea that what you're doing is a side hustle, a gig. It's just something that you're doing for fun. If you don't admit to yourself that what you're doing is actually the beginning of working on a business, you will never get to that business mindset, which is so, so important for scaling and getting through the hard part of being a business owner, the late nights, the studying, the networking, the refining your message, the refining your brand, the ownership of your brand. These things that are a part of your journey are really critical to success. But what you need to understand is that the deli owner is a businessman or a businesswoman. The content creator that you're watching is a business owner. Your nail tech is a business owner. The mom that is selling, for example, I buy a lot of things from moms who have side hustles. They are business owners as well. A business owner is not somebody who's just making money or who has a store or who has an online business. A business owner is somebody that has a vision and that is committing to see it succeed. Whether that vision is creating a channel and becoming a creator, or whether that vision is doing nails and wanting to scale a nail business, or whether that person has an idea of creating an online store. All of these different archetypes are business people. And if you are one of those archetypes, and there are a million other archetypes, and we can talk about them, if you are one of these archetypes, you need to switch your mindset and see yourself as a business owner. This is really critical because this mindset shift is going to guide all of your decision making that you're going to be engaging in the future. This week is Small Business Week. So if you are at the beginning stage of your business and if you're looking for support and resources and you're not ready to work with an attorney, the Small Business Association is having a bunch of free workshops, informational workshops about marketing, branding, scaling. They're having specific workshops on import export. Inc. magazine had today a workshop with Shark Tank judges. There are different people and resources that you can rely on in this beginning journey of your business. But what is critical is that you must understand that you are a business owner. It doesn't matter what other people are going to say or what other people are going to think, because people are going to say and think a bunch of different things about you, regardless of whether you're starting your business or not. It doesn't matter, because when you are committed to your idea, when you are faithful to executing your idea, it's not going to matter what other people think. You do not want to spend the rest of your career or the beginning of the career or maybe a pivot in your career thinking about what you could have done just because other people were saying or doing things. Now, a lot of people sometimes think that just because they registered an LLC, that that is the beginning of their business journey. I'm going to give you a big piece of advice that I got when I was in law school. They told me, the dean of students told me, that the beginning of my legal career was the day I thought about becoming an attorney and submitting my application to law school. And I'm going to say the same is true for you. It is that intense. The day you become a business owner is the day you actually think about creating something that is beyond you. Again, this is a really important mindset shift because you need to understand that everything that people are doing, right, from the bodega man to, for example, a private school to, for example, a tutor, these are all different business owners at various stages within their business. Some have scaled, some are okay with being solopreneurs, and that's totally fine. Some are interested in having a team, some are looking for funding. These are all different stages, and you can be a part of those stages. You've just got to admit it to yourself, and you've got to feel comfortable with the uncomfortable. You've got to feel comfortable understanding that being a business owner is not only about the ritz and the glamour and all of those things that come with running a business that we sometimes think about, but it also has to do with exactly what I'm doing now. I'm located in New York City, and it is literally almost midnight, and I'm here talking to you guys because I am a business owner. My service that I'm selling is legal services, right? I am a lawyer, but I run a business. I run my law firm like a business because efficiency for my clients is extremely important to me and part of my value system as an attorney and a business owner. Creating value for my clients is extremely important to my value system as an attorney and as a business owner. And this is one of the things that you need to feel comfortable doing, right? These things that are going to push you into the spotlight. But the first thing that you need to do is you need to get comfortable with the terminology. You need to get comfortable with the language, which is you are a business owner. And for those of you who are unsure, who don't know, then this is a great opportunity for you to start following me on TikTok. Well, I'm not on TikTok right now, but tomorrow I'll post on TikTok. But on Instagram, on YouTube, I have a lot of video about the arts, and I'm talking to you guys too, for you creative individuals. If you are, for example, a graphic designer. I'll give you a recent example of a client. My client is a YouTuber, very famous YouTuber, and I incorporated his business because he finally decided that he was ready to commit to being a business owner while being a creator. So not only is he obviously creating his content and engaging with his fans and all that stuff, but he has now solidified his legal structure to protect himself and to, most importantly, monetize his career to the next level. Not only just making money through AdSense on YouTube, but making money in a more elevated, scalable way. And he was able to do that because we created his company. Now, we can talk about different things about company formation, like what are some intricacies or what are some details that make a better business structure than another business structure. But we cannot go on this journey together until you adopt the businesswoman or the businessman or the business person mindset. You have to adopt the vocabulary in order for this journey of yours to work. And most importantly, your relationship with me, the attorney, or any other attorney for that matter, for it to work as well. Because there's nothing worse than not having a team, number two, and not being taken seriously by your team. And your team can be a legal team, can be a business team. I would advocate for all of the above, especially if you're interested in scaling your business. There are a lot of people out there who are watching my videos, who are not watching my videos, who have that idea, who have that voice inside of them that is telling them that they are meant to do something. They don't know what yet. Right? We all have that voice. You don't know what yet, but you know something has to change for you to be the person that you're supposed to be. And why not do that in the best business way and legal way possible? Because it can be all fun and games, right? You can have a great time, make money, but the minute you are not protecting yourself is when you are risking your life, your livelihood. If you have family, your family, your children, your spouse, your partner, whatever. And most importantly, you're not developing generational wealth, because what's the point of having all this money if you're not making an impact? Impact, I think, is really important. It kind of gives you meaning among like the chaos, among the madness, right? Everyone wants to make money, and everyone will make money, right? That's the point, or one of the points of running a successful business if you have a good team. But what happens after? Most people want to make an impact. Most people are interested, and I call this is the language that I use, living beyond myself, right? Living beyond my world. These are things that make me fulfilled and make me feel like I have a purpose, just living beyond my sphere or my ecosystem of my life. But you cannot embark on this journey until you adopt the language, until you admit to yourself and step into the contextual or high context idea of you being a business owner. Even if you haven't incorporated yet, even if you don't have a business plan, even if you don't have any of the traditional baggage that comes with being a business owner, you need to have that mindset, because that is what's going to guide you on this journey, right? Of course, your legal team, your business team is going to guide you, but without the proper mindset, which I'm not going to lie, guys, it is very difficult, right? You people have written books about this. There are business coaches that exist for this. It is not easy to change your mindset, but it is a critical and necessary step. Kind of like the step that clients take when they decide that they want to move forward with an attorney. Most people, a lot of people, you probably know these people, and you're, or maybe you guys are one of these people, you're like, you know what? I can do it on my own. Let me figure it out. Let me do it. Da 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 da. And then you get to a point where you're just like, you know what? I think I need expert advice on this because this is my life and I don't want to F it up. That's the journey that most people go through to getting a lawyer. A lot of the times people will think that they could do it on their own, and that's totally fine and valid. But then because the stakes are high, right? I always tell our clients, like, this is your life. So the stakes are high. This is not like you're going bowling with your friends and it's like, okay, great. If you make all of those pins, you win or you lose. No, like, this is your life. This is the difference between, going from here to going from here, or working in the US to like staying back home. And some people are totally fine with taking the risk, and other people want more calculated risk. And the same is true for business, right? The same way I am facilitating my clients' scalable growth is the same mindset that you should have if you want to go in that direction. Now, the definition of success is going to be very personal to you and very different for everybody, and that's totally fine and totally normal. But I think that in order for you to define success, which is kind of abstract, right? And that definition kind of changes over time. Like, the more knowledge you get, the more you learn, the more experience you have, that definition of what success means to you is going to change and evolve. So don't be stuck to the content of the definition of success, but be married to the context of what success means, because the context of success is going to change at every stage of your businesswoman journey, or your founder journey, or your creator journey. But the purpose of this video, for those of you who are watching, or for those of you who are going to like watch the replay, is for you to adopt the correct language. When I'm talking to clients and they'll use language that might not be the correct language or the legal language, I quickly correct them so that we're on the same playing field, right? So that everything is crystal clear and that I'm able to manage their expectations without any sort of potential miscommunication. And I think that you want to do that for yourself as well. I think that you want to clarify the language, right? And admit to yourself, like, yes, I'm a businesswoman, and I'm on my businesswoman journey. Because once you've clarified that language with yourself, and once you have made it clear to yourself what your road and what your path is, then things become easy. Then it's like what I tell my team when I'm training them. Then it becomes osmosis, right? The more you do, the more you learn, the more you are. So I think this was a great video to start off like my business series. A lot of the people outside of our clients don't know that we do business services, right? Or that we help clients form businesses, that we protect their businesses through contracts, through trademarks, and through copyrights. But we're going to talk about all things business, because just like sports, I actually think that business is like probably 70% mindset and then 30% actual like grind and day to day. Because at some point, it's really about how much does your mind believe that you can do it. Because when your mind believes that you can do it, then you're going to read the books, you're going to put yourself in spaces, you're going to reach out, you're going to experiment, you're going to feel faster, you're going to do all of these things. But none of these things will really occur until the mindset changes. It's like when you're looking at, I love running. I mean, I love watching female runners. It's just like spectacular. It's like ballet, like how fantastic and spectacular and beautiful their bodies move. And it's just like at that point when it's Team USA and Team Jamaica, and today Jamaica, the female team just beat like the world record. It's not about skill, because to compete at that level, they're all pretty skillful. They're all pretty much at the top of their game. What is different from each and every one of those individuals is the mindset to some degree, right? So this was our first video about business. Tomorrow, in the office, it's a work in progress because I told you guys we're moving. We will talk about purpose. And again, I don't want you to be stuck to the content of the word purpose, but I want you to be married to the context of purpose. And when I mean married to the context, the purpose can sometimes change, right? Sometimes your purpose is to make your first $1,000, right? Sometimes your purpose is to hire and empower and train, right? The context of purpose is going to change at every stage. And the more flexible you are as a business woman, right? High context thinking, the more it will lead you to make better legal and business decisions for your business. So I hope that this was helpful. I will see you guys tomorrow where we will talk about, I think O1 stuff. I'll continue to talk about O1 stuff, business stuff. And if there are any particular requests, send an email, send a DM. Sometimes I can't answer all DMs, but I read everything. I read everything, and I'll take into consideration any topics or specific topics you want to address. But as a reminder, I'm going to be at the Small Business Expo this week at the Javits Center next to our office. It's on 42nd Street. We're on 29th Street. And if you're there, happy to connect and talk to you. All right. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.